got diagnosed in 2010, it was just my kidneys. And then I had a flare before all of this stuff went around with the stuff, the virus spreading around. And I ended up developing a blood clot disorder. And now I'm dealing with something else, which I have yet to get a diagnosis on yet, which is why I'm not saying anything about it as of right now. But I'm having symptoms of something else. So people, if you have family and friends or coworkers that have lupus, show them some compassion. Be kind to them. Ask them how they doing. Do they need anything? To show that you care makes it easier for us. Because we have it hard enough as it is. We have to get up every day and make sure we take our meds. We have to make sure that we can muster up the strength to be able to function in society. We have to muster up the courage, and we have to muster up all these different things just to be able to function through the day. Some of us that have lupus have to stand on our feet all day. So imagine when it's time for them to go home, what's going to happen to their body. And they have to do that day after day after day. Imagine if you have someone have lupus and they have to type all day. Their job is typing. Imagine what happens to their hands. Because I know with me, even when I go and work out, I have to be mindful that, number one, my ankles and feet are more than likely going to hurt at the end of my workout. And number two, my hands and fingertips are going to swell. And I have to 9 times out of 10 do this to my fingers just to keep the blood flowing. And that's just for me trying to be healthy and try to practice a healthy lifestyle. So imagine the people, some of us lupus warriors that are trying to function in society, and everything around us, our friends, our family, our coworkers are making it 10 times harder for us. You have warriors that have families, their mothers, and they have families. And that mother gets up every day to make sure those children are okay. She has to put her health to the side to make sure her children are okay. But she don't know the struggle she have to go through when it's time for her to lay her head down at night. Or the struggle she has to go through to get out the bed in the morning. And the pain she had behind her eyes, just so she don't show her children. She have to be the best. She has to show up for her kids and be the best for her children. So next time you have someone that is struggling, that has lupus, be supportive, comforting, compassionate. Ask them, do they need anything? We are out here every day of our lives. We fight to live every day. We lay our heads down and we sleep, and we have to get up and do it all over again. And we have to literally speak life into ourselves to get out the bed every day. And if something stressful comes up in our life, we have to literally find ways not to allow it to affect us. Because if we do, we know that we're going to go to the hospital. We know that's what our end result is going to be because our lupus is going to flare. And it's crazy because when we get colds and these little ear infections or whatever it is, we don't really be concerned about that. We're more concerned about the lupus, how our lupus is going to respond. Because number one, it takes our body longer to recover. So for some people where they have an upper respiratory and they can take a dose pack and they may be fine. If you have lupus, it takes you a little longer. It takes longer. Surgery takes longer to recover. Having children takes longer to get back to yourself. And people don't understand that we need extra time. It's been so many times where I've had to tell my jobs. It's been so many times I had to tell family and friends that didn't understand that, okay, you recover fast. That's fine. But I have lupus. It takes me a little longer. What may be a week for you, may be 3 for me. So we have to be understanding of people's situations and stop thinking. And the other thing is, stop thinking you know how we feel because you're not living our life. And I don't think you could last a day in our shoes. I don't think you could last a day in our shoes. For some of you all that don't have those same struggles we have every day, imagine what your life would be like if you got up in the morning and your body is in pain, but you know you still got to make a living. Imagine what your life would be like if you got sick and your job tell you you only get 3 sick days, but with your lupus, it takes you 3 weeks to get over something. And you may be having the same symptoms, if not worse, before it gets better. On top of that, your lupus may flare. So not only are you dealing with whatever you got, whether it's an upper respiratory or some type of virus, but you also have to treat your lupus, which has been my case several times. I would get sick and then my lupus would flare. So think about those things. When you're being hard on them about, oh, you just don't want to do, oh, you always got an excuse, oh, you're just being lazy. No, you don't know their struggle. And if you sit down and ask them, you will know. Because we don't wear our pain on our faces. Lupus don't have a face. A lot of things that affect us is on the inside. Our organs. Some of us have rheumatoid arthritis, high blood pressure, and we're always in pain. Some of us are literally always in pain. We can't go outside in the sun without sunscreen. Because if we do, if we go outside without sunscreen, that is our worst nightmare. The sun is our worst nightmare. Because our skin, our butterfly rash should pop up on our face. And that in itself is no joke. Because sometimes it itches and sometimes it burns, but it's red. Or we may get a skin condition. And now we're having to treat something. That's another diagnosis. So be compassionate. And for all my lupus warriors out there, keep fighting. We are strong. And we take it one day at a time. Don't try to keep up with nobody else's standards as to how you're supposed to be. Do what's best for you. Get proper rest, proper nutrition. Take care of you. Because at the end of the day, we advocate for ourselves. One thing my doctor always say is advocate for yourself. Advocate for your health. You know what you're going through. And if people don't understand it, that's on them. But don't you give up fighting, because we are fighters. So all I want to say to my lupus warriors are happy Lupus Awareness Day. We are so amazing. And I'm here to tell you, we got this. And we're all in this together, hand in hand. And I love you all. Have a wonderful night. This is Taylor with Cozy Corner.